Now, when I ask myself the question, when did Abram start the rescue of Lot? And may I say to you, to rescue lost people, it starts in the heart. The rescue starts in the heart. Say that with me, please. The rescue starts in the heart. Abram loved his nephew. Though against Lot's better judgment, he camped near Sodom. Later on, he went and lived in Sodom. He must have been so succumbed or attracted to the sin and the lifestyle in Sodom that he didn't stay on the outskirts in the plains of Jordan and live there. Rather, he camped overlooking Sodom, and then he went into Sodom. And his desire initially was just to find good grazing land. The same way, there are people in your life, their desire is just to, hey, I just want to make a good, decent living for my family. I just want to take care of my kids. I just want to care for my spouse. I just want to have a good career. All good ideas and good goals. But along the way, they, like how we used to be, they got caught up with the vices of sin. The Bible says that sin is pleasurable for a season. It's amazing that one can get caught up in sin, and there's a measure of pleasure with it, but then it becomes a trap. Lot is trapped. But the rescue doesn't begin, just like you and me, when we go out and share our faith, it doesn't begin with quoting a Bible verse. The rescuing of lost people doesn't begin by telling about Jesus and his love. The rescue doesn't begin by talking about the cross and the power of God's ability to change lives. That's not where it begins. The rescue begins in your heart. There has to be a love in your heart towards lost people. Abram loved his nephew Lot, even though Lot was living in Sodom. Even though Lot knew better. Even though Lot had made poor decisions, Abram still loved his nephew. And the moment that someone was able to escape from the clutches of those kings that had kidnapped Lot and all of his goods and his family, the moment they broke free, who did they come to? They went right to Abram. Why? Because it was common knowledge. Abram loved Lot. Let me ask you a question. The people in your life that don't know Christ, do you have a genuine love for them? I'm talking about a deep love where you're willing to inconvenience yourself for them to have spiritual opportunity to meet Christ. Do you have that kind of love for them? I remember before I met Jesus, I was an obnoxious sinner. Anybody knows people like that? Obnoxious. I was mean. I was obnoxious. I was looking for Christians to talk to me about their faith. And you know what I did? I would laugh at them. I would ridicule them right in front of their faces. And I didn't even care about their feelings. That's how obnoxious and blinded I was. It got so bad that the Christians on the college campus I was a part of, I did my undergraduate at Fairleigh Dickinson University, the Teaneck campus, those Christians stopped sharing their faith with me. You know the word around campus? They said David Ireland was reprobate. Reprobate is one of those Bible words. You know what it means? His mind is so seared, there's no hope for him. I said, wow, that's pretty bad. I mean, that means I'm so far gone, they said, don't even share your faith with him. It's a waste of time. He can never get saved. Thankfully, there was a faction of people on that campus that didn't believe that, and they used to gather in the dorms and pray on Friday night for different people to come to know Christ. And do you realize I was on that list? Had I known that, I would have broke up that prayer meeting. Because even though I didn't believe in prayer, I didn't believe in God at the time, I would have broke it up. It's just not right. Don't pray for me. I have two little cousins. Ralston, he's 7 years old. His sister, Reagan, about 4 or 5. One day, Reagan's talking to Ralston. She said, Ralston, I had a dream last night, and you're in my dream. And Ralston said, don't you ever dream about me. I don't want you to dream about me. Don't put me in your dreams. And the same type of thinking that little child held, was my thinking when I heard that these Christians are praying for me. But I want you to understand, it was out of love that they started to pray for me. And may I say to you, the rescue starts in the heart. When you think about your coworkers, and you think about your next door neighbors, and you think about members of your family, and you think about people that you may friend on Facebook and in your social network, I want you to think about that the rescue, their rescue, it starts in your heart. You got to love them deeply. And you have to look beyond what they do and what they don't do and see that there's a compassion in your soul for them. Abram knew that if Lot stayed there in the camp of the enemy that had kidnapped him, all of his possessions is gone. His life was going to be jeopardized. His wife may be raped, and his 2 daughters may be raped repeatedly, and they all may become slaves and live the most menial and base part of life. Abram didn't sit there and think twice. Lot should not have gone to Sodom. That boy knew better. He didn't say that. He quickly challenged the 318 men. Guys, get your weapons together. We're going to rescue my nephew Lot. I want you to see the rescue begins in the heart.